So I think an interesting fact to start off this third installment of Tell Me More is the active agent of Roundup is actually scientifically called glyphosate, and it acts as an inhibitor of the plant enzyme EPSP, which is 5-enol-pyruval-shikimate 3-phosphate, and that enzyme is part of a biosynthetic pathway within plants, and EPSP is not found in people, it's only found in plants and microorganisms, so it's a very easy thing to target without hurting humans and their synthetic pathways. And so what happens is it has two active domain regions, and what glyphosate does is it acts and it binds to one of those active regions, and thus the enzyme doesn't work, the pathway is shut down, and thus your weeds, they die. And it's kind of special because instead of breaking the phosphate to oxygen bond of PEP, this enzyme actually usually breaks this carbon-oxygen bond of PEP, which when I was doing my research, apparently that's pretty rare. And just for scientific sources, I got this information from the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences of the United States of America and Science Direct, Effects of Glyphosate and Aminomethylphosphonic Acid on Isogenic Model of the Human Blood-Brain Barrier. I don't want to be sued. So I thought we should add that.
Either.
Yeah,
I like
but that's
that.
some good information, I think.
Weren't you telling me that it can affect your brain?
Yeah,
really bad?
Yeah, the reason why this is an interesting fact is that we've been using Roundup so much that now they can find traces of this glyphosate in urine. So it's going through our bodies. And so what the research from the Texas Tech Health Sciences Center School of Pharmacy found is that glyphosate can affect blood-brain barrier integrity and that it can diffuse across the blood-brain membrane. Yeah. So I thought that was really interesting, and this is being sprayed on all of our weeds.
I think there's so many things out there that we just do and use, and it's actually going to come back to haunt us in the end, like all this cancer causing stuff. I mean, not to be like one of those crazy people that are like, everything's going to cause cancer, but I mean, I don't know.
But some of it,
I think we just are quick to join a trend and start doing stuff without realizing what the effect is on our body. Yeah.
That's why I think organic and biochem are so cool, because literally that's what this is. It's
organic, you know what's going into your body, and I'm just out here not knowing at all.
You also took organic.
Okay, but did I pass? Barely.
Okay, but
just for the listeners out there, I got exactly a 70%. Exactly. If I would have gotten 1 point less, I would have gotten a D and I would have failed. So I just want to put that out there.
That's really brave.
But also, what did I do summer during class?
Oh, you played the Zach and Cody game?
Uh-huh. I did nothing. So I didn't study. And you know what, kids? You can do it too. You don't have to study. You don't have to.
No.
And you know what?
Backtrack.
You don't have to study, drop out of school, okay? I say let's just roll the intro music.
Okay.
Welcome back to Tell Me More, the podcast where I'm Kate and this is Summer.
I'm so distressed.
She's still distressed about our intro, and that's fine. But I say we just move right along from that intro into our episode this week. Thank you guys for listening. This is our third week now.
Woo!
We're doing good. You got a full year of us. We just signed up for a full year of podcasting. So get ready. There's going to be 52 more episodes. No.
Oh my gosh.
No, how many? 50,
there are
49. There are going to be 49 more episodes for you to listen to.
Oh, yeah, because you got to do the math.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty impressive. So,
we got to get our money's worth of the subscription.
That is true.
So, we will not let you down because we've invested money.
Yeah, and we're hoping to get some of that money back. Maybe if you guys listen, subscribe a little.
Kate has higher dreams than I do, but you know what? It's okay.
Whatever, it's fine. So, what are we talking about this week, Summer?
I don't know. You have the list in front of you.
I thought we were talking about coming of age movies.
Okay, I wanted to make sure that was the first thing on the list, and I didn't go out of order.
No, that's right. That's right.
Because I think we have very polarizing opinions on coming of age films.
We
I hate
really
them.
do.
I despise them.
I hate some of them. I don't think they're all bad, but I think some of them can be bad.
I've yet to find a coming of age film that I'm like, oh, I really love this.
Yeah. What's the first one? What is our first movie that we need to talk about?
The first one is one that we have both watched, is Lady Bird.
Yes.
I thought it was okay.
Me too. I honestly wasn't blown away.
Nothing to write home about.
I love Saoirse. I love her as a person.
I like the memes about it on Twitter. That's funny.
Yeah. We have a friend that really loves coming of age movies, and so we have been forced to watch all of them. I don't know. I think Lady Bird is just a little dry. I'm not much of a like movies. Like I'm not like a film type. You know what I'm talking about? Films. I'm not film Twitter. I'm not a
film major.
Exactly. And so I watch movies to be entertained.
Yeah. I just accept the fact that I'm relatively like just not cultured enough to enjoy
and I'm okay with
things.
That though.
Like,
I love movies for the entertainment value. Like I love Marvel movies. And are they the best movies ever? No. But do they entertain me? Do they get the job done? Yes. And that, like, if I'm going to sit for a whole 2 hours, I'm going to want to have something interesting happening.
Yeah.
Rather than just watch someone age day by day.
Yeah. I think that part of, like, the thing about coming of age films is that they're just so slow.
Yes.
And like you said, of like day by day, and you're just like, oh.
You get bored.
Yes. Yeah. I get bored in all of the coming of age films. Yeah. Like, I just am not into it. Do you have any other comments about Lady Bird?
I don't know. I want to say something though. I think we as a generation get bored easily, right?
That is true. That is true. So it's a little bit of a self-imposed burden.
It is. I think we are just so focused on entertainment and social media and just constant gratification, instant gratification, I guess I should say, that we're constantly looking for something new and exciting. And I think coming of age films, they're just kind of slower paced. They're like a reset.
I think that's true, though. I will, not to like be super like self-aggrandizing, but I do enjoy other slower paced films and things that are on like a deeper level. Like, not everything has to be like a screaming match 24/7 in a movie for me. And so I just really think it's the genre for me.
Oh, I think it's just slow movies in general. I can't do. But yeah, Lady Bird, it was fine.
It was okay.
I don't know. What did I give it?
Chalamet.
What did I give it on Letterboxd?
That's the real
by the
question.
Way, guys, if you haven't gotten Letterboxd yet, get the app. It's really good. You can track your movies, rate them.
I'm a fake fan.
Oh, really?
I just log in on my computer every single time. But I never watch a movie away from home, really. I mean, if I go to the theater, I could probably do it. But, you know.
I gave it 4 stars, actually. Which is I kind of want to change it. I didn't think it was that good.
I didn't even rate it. It's not even here.
Oh, wow. I've currently watched 585 films, so you can call me a film connoisseur if you want. The majority of them are Hallmark movies that I watched with my mom, so don't think that I'm, like, really good at movies, because they're just Hallmark movies. Yeah. So, the next one, what are you thinking?
Oh, the next one was one that I wanted to talk about, Sunburn.
I've literally never heard of this. Yeah. Is it A24? Or is it just an indie?
Old.
Oh, it's just old. Okay.
It's from 1999. It's from 1999.
That's the year after I was born.
Yeah, you were 1 year old. 1 year old when it was released.
And your man's is in this?
Yeah.
That's how old he is. Okay, moving on. Moving on, whatever.
Don't attack Cillian Murphy. Okay, so I love Cillian Murphy.
We know.
We've talked about this before. He's the male Meryl Streep of our age. And so I've watched so many of his films. And because of my love for his acting, for the art, I watched this film, even though I knew it was a coming-of-age film. And I knew that I would hate it. And then I did. It was super, super slow. It's basically about him just being an annoying, like, I don't know, like, 20-year-old who, like, or I think he's like 18 or 19, who can't get his life together, and so he goes to America and just can't get his life together again because it starts in Ireland. And then, though, at the end, my favorite part, which I'll read from my Letterboxd review, is that loved the end sequence of Cillian running through weeds and falling in the mud. He kind of deserved it, and somehow this helped his reputation or redemption arc just to see him lose his shoes in the water.
I like that.
That was the best part of the film, is just literally watching him struggle because he annoyed me so much throughout the film because he just couldn't get it together.
Yeah. Honestly,
and take some
that's
accountability.
Me, well, I do take accountability, but I can't get it together.
No. You haven't.
This
you
is
haven't
a different
seen,
time.
It's a different time.
Okay,
and so literally, I'm not even sure if it was worth watching for Cillian Murphy because it's just another really bad, really generic coming of age film.
Yeah, I see you gave it 2 stars. That's not good.
No, and I'm usually very generous.
Yeah,
with giving
you
stars.
really are. You really are.
I need to slow
Yeah,
down.
I haven't seen that one, so I can't comment on it. I mean, I don't know.
What is one you have seen though? 8th grade.
8th grade. Ooh, okay. So this one's interesting. I started watching it, I don't know, like right after it came out and was like available for illegal downloading.
Okay.
So I guess I don't know when that was, but
we're just really sponsoring a lot of good ideas here.
Yeah.
The opening intro and now this.
Yeah. Well, whatever. It's fine, kids. And I couldn't even finish it because it was that cringeworthy. And it wasn't one of those things that, like, the acting was bad. It was, like, the acting was so good that I actually thought that I was in 8th grade again. And it just gave me war flashbacks, and I couldn't deal. It was, like, whenever they were in that pool party scene, I have felt that immensely. I have, like, my friends, whenever we were younger, like, there was this girl who always had a pool party every year because she had a really nice big house, and, like, she had a really nice big pool, and it was, like, the same type of house as in the movie 8th grade, where, like, there was a top deck on the 2nd level, and you walk down the stairs, and there was, like, big windows and doors that, like, she was looking out out of, looking down at the pool below her, and I'm like, that was me, and I literally, like, couldn't do it anymore, so I had to turn it off because it was so real. And it's like, I don't know why anyone would want to capture that much awkwardness in a film, but I don't know. I mean, I'm glad he did. It was good. I think I rated it well. Why did I just put my phone down? I think I rated it well. I think it was just too much because it was too real.
I haven't seen the film, so I can't comment, but if it's that awkward, I don't want to watch it.
Yeah, I mean,
secondhand embarrassment is 100% a thing.
I gave this one 4 stars too, and, like, it has really, really good ratings, and I love Bo Burnham, and he's really great, but, like I said, it was just really, I mean, I just had a really traumatic middle school experience, so, but I mean, don't we all, like...
I've never seen the movie, but you're, like... the pool party, and I'm like, yes, the middle school pool party.
Exactly, everyone has had that moment, and it's such an iconic thing.
And I don't want to relive it, though.
Yeah, and it's like you just know what I'm talking about, where everyone's so awkward, and everyone's, like, literally their bodies are weird, and we're all wearing bathing suits around each other, and it's just a mess, and
I'm uncomfy.
Yeah. And she's so awkward, but, like, she's just great. Like, I feel like in real life, she's a great person. But, like, she played the part so well. Like, and that's why I think I rated it high, because I'm like, this was really good. Yeah. But, yeah, it was just a lot. So if you had a great middle school experience, go ahead and watch it and see what it was like for the rest of us.
Also, please leave a comment about why you had a great middle school experience, because I would love to know. I'd love to know how that happened.
Yeah, for real.
Because I had, like, braces and was wearing Justice clothing, so it wasn't cute.
Oh yeah, I literally
and I
looked
think,
like a mess.
What's the term? Like, my nose was too big. I hadn't grown into my facial features
yeah.
yet.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I was just not. It wasn't a look.
Yeah.
But one we have seen,
both of us,
yes, is Pretty in Pink.
And you don't like that one.
I don't like it. No.
Tell me why.
Okay. I don't know. It's just, first of all, the whole movie spans, like, maybe 2 months max, and at the end, Blaine says, "I love you," and I'm just like, first of all, it was really awkward, and then second of all, why? You've literally known each other for 2 months. And then the best part of the film, in my book, was Ducky, and he straight Ducky. Up, like, broke the fourth wall right as the film closed, and that was the only good thing about it. But then I wanted Ducky and Andy to end up together, and they didn't. And so they just kind of, I don't know. I felt like they were hinting at it the whole time, and then they just kind of let it drop.
Yeah.
And yeah, it once again was just so basic. So it over dramatizes high schoolers and all their teenage angst. And
okay, but, like, yeah, I don't want to say that you didn't go to a traditional high school, but, like, you didn't go to, you know what I mean? Like, so I understand where you're coming from, but I mean, whenever I'm student teaching right now, I mean, it's bad. Like, they're not being over dramatic. They really aren't. I mean, these movies, like, they're very realistic when it comes to high school. And, cause I see it every day, and it's like,
That's
yeah,
really sad.
people are really dramatic. But I will admit, this wasn't one of the best 80s movies with Molly Ringwald in it. Like, you know, there's kind of like that genre. Like, I love her in 16 Candles. I think that's a coming-of-age movie. I would consider it.
It is.
I think that one's really, really good.
Yeah.
I really like Breakfast Club. I would consider that coming-of-age.
Breakfast Club, so my thing is with the coming-of-age films is that they just always feel very contrived and very, like, forced. And while Breakfast Club has hints of it, but it is by far the best of the genre.
Yeah.
And that it's not irritating to watch.
Yeah. I will admit that Pretty in Pink is, like, Pretty in Pink wasn't directed by John Hughes, but it was written by John Hughes. Like, he helped write it. And so John Hughes is literally one of my favorite directors of all time. He has so many great movies like Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller, 16 Candles, Weird Science. I love Weird Science. You need to watch it. It's so funny. I've never seen it.
Okay. Add it to the watch list.
Yeah, but he's written, like, you know, all the 80 movies that you could think of, pretty much. And so, yeah, I think the fact that he didn't direct it made Pretty in Pink worse. Not to shade whoever the director was, but it should have been John Hughes, and it would have been better.
Yeah, okay. I will take that as a solid criticism of that.
Yeah, he also helped write Home Alone, Christmas Vacation, Regular Vacation. He helped write Made in Manhattan.
I had no idea about all this.
Yeah, he's really, really good.
This should have been a fun fact at the opening one time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. No, I could go on about him. I love him. I think he does a really great job.
Wow.
Yeah. But I love 80s movies, so that's just me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone has their own taste. That's okay. But something interesting that transitions us into our next topic is that I, as stated previously, am not a fan of the genre of coming-of-age films, and neither is my mom, because I was like, don't watch Sunburn from 1999. Not worth your time. I was like, just a bad coming-of-age film. And she goes, oh yeah, I usually don't like coming-of-age films either. And this goes back to something that we've talked about in our own lives, is that we are just gradually becoming our mothers, like slowly just morphing day by day.
It's actually really scary.
Yeah, it's so wild.
Because whenever you're younger, you, like, look at your parents and you're like, I'm never going to do anything like them. I'm going to do the opposite of what they told me, blah, blah, blah. And then now that I get older, I'm like, oh my gosh, my parents were right. And I'm becoming my mother. And
I just start
really
doing
terrifying.
Things like her.
Yeah, and I'm like, I hate this.
My mom, she'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm becoming your grandmother. And also, like, it's just everybody. Like, it doesn't stop.
I know, so then eventually you'll become your grandmother.
Oh, wow, I didn't think about it that way, yeah.
Yeah, because, like, if your mom becomes your grandma and you become your mom, then eventually you'll become your grandma.
We're just pushing down the line.
And your kid will become like you.
Oh, interesting.
I know.
Spooky.
No. I don't know.
Becoming your parents is a thing, and it
is.
And it's so interesting, too, because being out of state for school, you're, like, separated, so you're out of the house, separated, hours away, and yet you still feel it occurring. You're like, well, here it is.
I know. I, like, am gone away from my family, I don't know, over 300 days out of the year, I want to say, and yet I'm still becoming them, and it's really terrifying, and I didn't know that their thoughts and their, like, beliefs and ideals were going to be passed down to me as much as they were, but they haven't. It's kind of terrifying. So, yeah.
I don't know if I have anything else to add to that. Just that's the way it is sometimes, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we all gotta become old eventually. Yeah,
I just, like, my thought pattern, the way I do things, the way I approach problems, it's just all becoming the exact same. Just the way it is. Which is also, back to coming of age films, is funny because, like, when you're in middle school, you're like, no, I'm not doing that. And now I'm like, how would my mother roast these carrots? An actual thought from me today. Yeah, I know. The fact that I was a middle schooler once is really terrifying as well. It's so embarrassing. It is. Like, I want to apologize to everyone that I came into contact at that point in my life. Yeah. I just want to be like, I'm sorry. Just straight up. Yeah. I'm so sorry. Just apologize. I also, like, want all photos deleted. I'm like, oh gosh.
I have a bunch, and I'm kind of glad I do, because then I can show my kids how annoying I looked.
Yeah. And
I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, they're, like, kind of funny if, like, you're showing them to the right people, I suppose.
Yeah.
Like, I guess I wouldn't, like, die if I showed you, like, they're funny.
Yeah.
But, like, if anyone outside of, like, a circle of, like, 4 or 5 people saw them, I would just be like, please don't look at these photos from 7th grade.
I know. It would just be too much.
It really would.
Yeah.
There's a lot of trauma to unpack there.
Yeah. This episode is really depressing, honestly. We've just
talked about the things that we hate, which includes coming of age films, middle school, and then how we're just becoming our parents. Which,
and
that was it.
We're gonna die one day. It's just it's just a really traumatic, depressive episode. I'm sorry. This is only the third one. We were supposed to keep it upbeat, and
I think we did the first 2. You gotta the peaks and the troughs.
We're in a trough.
We're in a trough, and then we'll be back for another peak.
Yeah, hopefully
at episode 4.
Yeah, we'll come back with something good and exciting, because this was a little much. Even
this was
for
not
me.
planned. We were so excited.
Me too. And then I think we just got tired.
Yeah,
it's late. It's past my bedtime. It's almost 9:00. I am in bed by 9.
I go to bed at 9:00 now too.
Yes, it's really fun.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's really fun. What am I?
And then I wake up at like 5:30, 5:45 in the morning, and I like jumpstart my day.
Yeah.
And it's so refreshing.
I have to wake up. Well, it's really bad because I've been waking up kind of late now, and I like am zooming to school. Like, should I say how fast I'm going? I'm not, but I'm going very fast. And it's because I just am so tired, and I don't know, how do people do it? How am I gonna like live this work life for the rest of my life? Like, how do people get a job every day and they wake up every day and do the same job? I don't know. I just lose it.
Okay, back to being our parents though. Again, my dad straight up goes to bed at 10 p.m. every single night.
Yeah.
And growing up, we had a really strict bedtime of 9 p.m. And that was so, like, he would have, like, 1 hour to, like, watch TV and, like, not be annoyed by us. But, like, now I'm like, okay, I get it. Like, you had to go to bed at 10 p.m. And, like, just the way I have to go to bed at 9 p.m.
I know.
So I can wake up at 5:30. Because, like, if you think about it, my dad went to bed at the latest at 10 p.m. And then he woke up at, like, 6. So if I'm waking up at 5:30, I've got to go to bed. I mean, I'm in bed at 9 and I'm asleep at 9:30. Yeah. So, same thing. I'm like, I gotta get that
it's
sleep
just how life is. I don't know.
Yeah. And, like, previous years in college, it was just not an option to do that. I just had to function on lesser sleep, but now that the opportunity has presented itself, I'm like, I'm taking it.
No, I remember sophomore year, I was just having the time of my life. My earliest class didn't start until 1 p.m.
Oh my gosh.
So I literally would wake up at noon every day. I'd go to bed at, like, 2 a.m. And I'd wake up at noon.
So chaotic.
I would not eat breakfast. I'd go to class, or I'd literally swing by the sorority house, get a to-go box. Like, I'd park illegally, get a to-go box, then go to my class at 1 p.m. and eat my food, and then go to class at 2 p.m. and then I'd come back home.
Okay, I've never done that.
That was my life. That was amazing. Like, I wish I could go back to that. That's what
like...
college is like, folks.
No. I had 8 a.m.s at least.
Yeah, but you were like in science.
But I honestly really, I didn't love having 8 a.m.s, but I enjoy being up early. So
I know, now
I
that
enjoy
I
the
have,
lifestyle.
Yeah, now that I have to actually be up early, I feel like I'm accomplishing a lot more.
Oh, yeah. Like, you really just get started on your day.
I did kind of feel sluggish and out of it whenever I was waking up at noon, especially because everyone went to bed early, and I'd be like the weird crackhead up at 2 a.m., like, doing stuff, and no one was responding to me ever. So it kind of inhibited my social, like, calendar, I guess. Because they'd be like, you want to go get lunch? I'm like, sorry, I don't wake up until noon.
Oh.
So, yeah, it was a mess.
Well, there we go. That was a little more uplifting.
Yeah.
We threw that in.
Yeah, I think that was a good...
we have really good sleep schedules.
Yeah, we do now.
Is that uplifting or is that just boring?
I think that's boring.
That we have good sleep schedules.
I think at this point everyone has logged off the podcast.
They're like, okay, we get it. You know how to sleep well now.
Yeah.
All right, well.
Well, I guess that's it for this episode.
Yeah,
and
we'll call it quits.
Yeah, hopefully next week it'll be a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah, see you next Sunday.
Peace.